CELPIP is an alternate exam for IELTS exam. If you are looking forward for Canadian PR, there can't be a much better than this exam, the CELPIP one. The full form of this CELPIP exam is Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. So that CELPIP exam is applicable for not only immigration, it is applicable for study purpose also. And it is getting much popularity not only in India but all over the world because it is carrying a lot of features which is supporting for the candidate, those who are appearing this exam. And getting a higher score through this exam is easy one. This exam is being conducted right now in 19 countries all over the world, and this exam was introduced in India in September 2019. It was started with one center only, that was Chandigarh, and last 4 years, which was majorly a COVID affected time, this exam has gone so much of popularity in India that the exam center has risen to 9 in India right now. So you can appear this exam in Chandigarh, New Delhi, Gurugram, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Kolkata. So these are the cities available where you can appear this CELPIP exam. And this exam is a computer-based exam, and it carrying all 4 modules which are there in IELTS exactly. So like reading, writing, listening, speaking. The best part of it is that you are likely to complete all these 4 modules in one go. So you need not to go on separate day, on separate exam center to appear the speaking test which happened in your IELTS exam. And IELTS exam happened to be a computer based exam and pen paper based exam. But this exam is computer based exam and carrying lot of advantage. And moreover, in IELTS there are 2 types of exam. One is general, another is academic. So the general exam is for the immigration purposes and academic exam is for your study purpose. But in this CELPIP exam, as such, no general, no academic, only one exam. And the best part of this exam is you can utilize the CELPIP score in both the categories. Like you can apply for the immigration category also, or you can apply for the getting admission or study visa under the STS category through this CELPIP exam. And you receive the fastest result, like within 5 days you receive the test result also. And moreover, the test dates are easily available. Somehow when you prepare for your IELTS exam, you have to at least wait for the 3 to 4 weeks to get the actual exam date. Whereas CELPIP exam, you can get the immediately date. Within 2-3 days or within the same week, you can easily get the date. Because it is applicable for Canada only and it is a Canadian exam. So therefore, if you are looking forward for that particular country, you should go for this exam because a lot of students are getting the higher score through this exam and they are getting their purpose solved. Because in the entire PR procedure, in the entire immigration, that IELTS or CELPIP exam score is most carrying the advantage. Like the English proficiency score is the highest weightage in all this PR procedure, and it governs your point system to the other factor also, like your education qualification, your work experience, your age factor. It affects the point for the other these 2 factors also. If you are getting the higher score, then definitely you have the far better chances to get it selected. As far as this format is concerned, I told you all the 4 modules you can appear in 3 hours of exam duration, and the best part is that independent candidate, they receive the independent cabin. So it is not a group exam as the IELTS one, where in pen paper base you are appearing in a big hall where 400-500 students are appearing, and then there is chances of disturbance by the other candidate, but somehow in this exam you receive a independent cabin where nobody can enter in your cabin for the entire 3 hours of duration, and they provide you independent computer, headphone and mic, ideal environment to just attempt at your potential, and you receive the best out of it because the environment which is more convenient to you, and it is give you the more focus to your capacity to generate best score as far as the CELPIP exam is concerned. So all the 4 modules like listening, speaking, reading, writing, which are in IELTS, are there in this exam. The exactly format of this exam, like listening exams, is divided into 6 parts. So it carrying the part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that way each part is having the individual number of questions. Like part 1 is carrying the 8 question, part 2 is carrying the 5 question, part 3 is carrying the 6 question, again part 4 is carrying the 5 question, and then part 5 is carrying the 8 question, and part 6 is carrying the 6 question. So that way you are having the total 38 question in your listening module. Let me explain you the part 1 in listening module. You have the question based on the problem solving. Whereas in part 2 you are having the question on daily life conversation, based on the daily life conversation. Part 3 you are having the question based on the your information. And part 4 you are having the like 5 question based on the news item. And part 6 you are having the 8 question on the basis of your discussion. And again in part 6 you are having the 6 question based on the viewpoint. So this is the listening model where you have the 38 question, and you know IELTS is having 40 question in this model. So it is having 38 question, again the IELTS is having 40 question. Whether it is a pen paper or whether it is a computer based exam, it hardly makes any difference as far as IELTS exam is concerned. Moving further to the test second module, that is speaking one, and speaking carrying the 8 tasks, and every task is having only one question. So that way you are having only 8 question in your speaking. And you know in your IELTS you are having up to 20 question in your speaking. The best part is that you are only required to speak 1 minute for each task or each question. So that way you are having 8 question only, and then every question you have to answer in 1 minute only, and you are appearing the exam in front of a computer only. No human examiner is there in this exam, so you are not having any psychological fear factor, and you are straightforward appearing in front of a computer, and your voice is being recorded by the computer, and that way you are having the comfortable as far as speaking part is concerned. So first question is based on the giving advice, second question is based on the personal experience, third task is based on the your describing a seed, and then fourth task 1 is based on the making prediction, task 5 is based on the comparing and persuading, and task 6 is dealing with difficult situation, and task 7 is based on the experiencing options, and task 8 is based on the describing an unusual situation. So these are the fixed like segment where you are having the questions. Whereas in IELTS there is no fix, but here you will find the question based on this segment only, like giving advice or talking about your personal experience. These are the fixed segments. Now moving to the reading part, again let me just give you the number of questions and then division in the that reading part. Reading part is divided into 4 parts. Part 1 is carrying the 11 question, part 2 is carrying the 8 question, and that way part 3 is carrying the 9 question, and again part 4 is carrying the 10 questions. So that way you are having total 38 question in reading 2, whereas against the IELTS is having 40 question in reading. Now part 1, the 11 question is based on the reading correspondence. Now part 2, 8 question which are based on the reading to applying diagram, and then part 3 carrying the 9 question, that is based on the reading for information, and then part 4 again 10 question which is based on the reading for viewpoints. So these are the 4 segments where you are having these number of questions, and the best part of is that in CELPIP all the 38 question of reading are fill in the blanks, where IELTS you are having the multiple type of questions like matching, true false, and all these things are different types of exam, but here you are finding the only a fill in the blanks. And last segment, that is the writing one. The writing one carrying the task 1 and task 2. Task 1 you have to write an email. We are most comfortable writing an email because it is our daily routine, and that way part 2 is carrying the describing a survey question, and that way you are having only a smaller paragraph to return in the task 2 also. And the best part is that number of question in part 1 and part 2 both are required minimum 150 word, where you know in IELTS you have to have the 150 word minimum in task 1 and 250 word minimum in task 2. So that way IELTS you are supposed to write a 400 words put together in task 1 and task 2, where in this exam you are supposed to expected a minimum word of 300, and it is a computer based exam. So best part is that you will not be having any difficulty as far as your bad handwriting is concerned, because you are attempting a computer-based CELPIP exam, whereas the 80% candidate give the pen paper-based IELTS exam, where your bad handwriting matters a lot, and you cannot improve this phenomena over a night. And moreover, the best part of in CELPIP is that in writing they provide a spell checker. A huge difference between these two exams. You cannot expect a exam which is a world class and providing a spell checker especially in writing part, because you have to write a lot and there is a chance that you would be making a spelling mistakes, and every spelling mistake is get counted in IELTS exam as a result of a negative marking, which is totally eliminated in this exam because you are attempting the computer based exam. So this is the broad format of exam. All 4 modules happen to be a 1 by 1, and you completed the entire exam in 3 hours. And moreover, we are the one of the official channel partner of this CELPIP exam here in India. You will find our name officially on their website, and we provide all the resources of this exam, like we provide the complete study material to the student, including the offline and online training, and we are making comfortable to the student for scoring the desired score which is required for their Canadian PR. So just call us on the number displaying on the below. We will be supporting you in this exam, and then definitely you would be getting your purpose solved. So if you are like the video, just subscribe channel and then like this video, and I will request you to forward to whom that you consider that this video can be useful. So thanks a lot for watching the video till the end. We will be meeting in the next such video. Till then, goodbye. Thank you so much. Bye bye.